Welcome to Answering the Call, the official podcast of the 12th Man Foundation. Our show brings you closer to the heart of Texas A&M athletics through powerful stories of perseverance, purpose, and life-changing opportunities made possible by 12th Man Foundation donors. From student athletes and coaches to former students and dedicated staff, you'll hear firsthand how donor support shapes the lives of Aggie student athletes in competition and beyond. Whether you're a lifelong Aggie or simply curious about what makes Texas A&M so special, you're in the right place. Let's dive into today's episode. Howdy, and welcome back to another episode. Thanks for tuning in to Answering the Call. This is the official podcast of the 12th Man Foundation. I'm Ivy Robinson, and today, right now, I am joined in studio by A&M Baseball student athlete, Boston Kellner. Welcome to the show, Boston. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, howdy, everyone. Thanks for having me on. This is awesome.
We're very excited to have you today. And just to start off, Boston, why don't you share with our listeners where you're from and a unique fact about yourself that you think not many people know?
So I was born and raised in Minnesota. I lived there for 14 years and then moved to Colorado during 2020. Moved there and lived there for 3 years up until 2023 in October, where I moved to Arizona. So kind of been all over, graduated from high school in Arizona, Hamilton High School, and then, so now I'm here. And one interesting fact about me not many people know is probably my skill of ping pong, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Ping pong?
Yeah,
Nice.
I've been playing since I was about 5 years old. Like my grandpa and I would play in the basement all the time, and that's probably one fact not a lot of people know.
Okay, I personally also really love ping pong. Like, I grew up playing it at like family reunions. Like, It's so fun. Like,
So
fun. It gets addicting, you know? Like, it's just, and then like when you get really into it, you're just like slamming it, you know?
Gets
That's
really
so
competitive too.
Did you like play, like growing up, would you play Wii sports, like the ping pong one?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I got 3 siblings, 2 older and 1 younger as well. So we would do Wii sports all the time and get competitive in that. So it was always fun.
That's so fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, you moved a lot out of those 3 states. You said, was it Minnesota, Colorado, and Arizona?
Yes.
What was your favorite?
I would have to say Arizona. Minnesota will always be home. I think in 10 years, if you ask me where I'm from, I'll say Minnesota, just because I was there 14 years and still have a lot of family there. But Arizona was awesome. I think living there for 2 years, it was pretty surreal. We always went down for spring break and, caught spring training or just went there on vacation. And then when I was living there and my family's still there, like it's awesome to live there, and then can't beat the weather year round, just like Texas as well.
For sure. But I feel like, though, Texas, we have more humidity, right?
Yeah,
like
for sure.
It's a different kind of hot than Arizona desert, arid hot, right?
Definitely.
Like, how does it compare?
Well, summers in Arizona are crazy. It's 120 degrees, but the humidity here in Texas it'll be 100 degrees, and it's just weighing on you. Like the Arizona heat it's dry heat, so you don't go outside and sweat instantly like here. But honestly, I would rather take the humidity over the dry heat, to be honest. Yeah, just because it feels better. Like it feels better on the body too. The sun just pounding on you in Arizona is crazy. But overall, it's a lot nicer than 6 months of snow in Minnesota. So
anything over that.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Now, off the field, Boston, I want to know, what part of your personality do you think doesn't fit the typical baseball player mold, if you had to pick something?
Let's see. To be honest, I think that I do a lot different things than other athletes would do. I think maybe my love for doing stuff outdoors, like even after a practice, like just taking a walk or going on a run. I know a lot of athletes run as well, but like going outside, going for bike rides. When I lived in Colorado and Arizona, I did a lot of hiking, did a lot of reading. I did quite a bit of stuff that may have been out of the ordinary to a lot of different people, but for me, like I just really enjoyed doing it. Like I didn't hang out with a ton of friends in Arizona or Colorado. Minnesota was a little different because I was a little younger, but spent a lot of time with my family in Colorado and Arizona and did a lot of stuff with them, did a lot of outdoor stuff, and did a lot of stuff that I love to do that, maybe I'm sacrificing other things to do with them or do in baseball. But just kind of doing that stuff outdoors and continuing to learn and get better every day is kind of what I do off the field.
Yeah. You mentioned your family. How would your friends and family describe your personality?
I think that I'm a very empathetic person. I think that I go out of my way to try to help others, put others before myself, to be honest. Like, I love my family and they're my absolute rock. Like, my parents have done so many great things for me, and I can't be more grateful for everything that they do for me. And then I have three loving siblings who, like, we talk every single day. I call my younger brother as much as I can. He's like one of my best friends, and two older siblings. They've been there for my whole life, obviously, and they've just been awesome mentors and then people I can always look up to. So, yeah, I mean, I love my family. They're the absolute best, and I wouldn't be where I am without them. So
That's
yeah,
awesome. It's such a blessing and privilege to have, close family like that. Those
definitely.
people you can lean on throughout the highs and lows of life. So that's awesome that you have that. Tell us when baseball became a part of your life. Like, when did you start playing sports in general? And was baseball the first sport you ever played?
Yeah, it was. So I started playing baseball from the moment I can remember anything, honestly. I started playing when I was 3. I actually played up a year. Technically, I wasn't supposed to start until I was 4 years old playing T-ball, but my mom wanted me to get in there and my dad wanted me to get in there, and I was probably begging them to play baseball. So yeah, baseball was my first sport, definitely my first love of sports. But I also started playing hockey when I was 10 years old. So in Minnesota, I was actually a little bit late. People were putting on skates when they started to walk in Minnesota because hockey's so big. And so I started playing hockey, ended up playing up until my sophomore year in Colorado, played freshman and sophomore year in high school. And then when I moved to Arizona, that's kind of when I locked it in on baseball. And, I kind of realized that this baseball thing might be something that I could do for a while. So yeah, really honed in on it, just started only playing baseball and absolutely loved the concept of playing year round.
Okay, a little sidebar here. I've got to know your perspective on our national hockey teams at the Olympics, the
Yeah.
Winter Olympics this year. What was your perspective of all that?
Oh my gosh, it was awesome. It was so cool to see them, and then the USA team take the gold medal. Like, that was so cool. I remember we were watching it. We were warming up for a game and we were watching it, and it was just unbelievable. Like, them holding up the gold medal, and then for Johnny Gaudreau as well, that tribute to him and his family, like, that was unbelievable, and it was so cool. Like, it could have brought tears to a lot of people's eyes, so it was awesome.
I was definitely teary-eyed watching all of that. I'm curious, what position did you play in hockey?
So I played forward. I either played center or I played right wing, and that's pretty much. I played right wing when I started, and then got to play center in high school, pretty much.
Yeah. And so when you moved to Arizona, obviously I imagine hockey's not very big in Arizona. So
Right.
That's when you decided to really focus on baseball as a sport.
For sure.
But who were the biggest influences in your life, whether it was coaches, family members, teammates, kind of directing you and leading you to the sport of baseball? And how did they impact who you are today?
My whole family is a very baseball-centric family. Like, that's always been our sport. My mom and dad both played in college. My older brother played. My older sister also played softball. My younger brother plays baseball. So
Oh my gosh, where all did they play?
my dad played at St. Thomas for a couple years, and then Eau Claire, which is in Minnesota and Wisconsin. And then my mom also played at University of Wisconsin, Eau Claire. So she played softball there. She played baseball up until she was 15 years old or 14 years old, and then started playing softball when she was in high school. Really good. Like, she's too humble to say that she's was good as she was, but yeah, she was awesome. And then my older brother played in college for 3 years. He played 2 years at California Lutheran University, and then he played 1 year at Sierra College as well. And then my brother's still playing at Hamilton right now, which is my high school, and uncle and grandpa still play in a league in Minnesota. Like, it's crazy. A very baseball centric family, but yeah, that's how I got into love for the game, and then obviously been playing ever since, and absolutely love playing.
Now, walk us through your recruitment process. What was that time of your life like? It wasn't that long ago,
Right.
because you're a freshman, but why did you ultimately choose to come to Texas A&M?
The visits were absolutely phenomenal. I took official visit over the summer with Coach Early, and he showed me everything I could have seen. Like, it was so awesome. He took the whole weekend. He spent the weekend away from his family, and to give me and my dad time, and it was awesome. Like, we came here and I learned about the traditions, and I learned about Relis and core values that A&M has. Like, I saw that and I thought it was so awesome. And then my dad and I just came down and we figured, man, we got to take the rest of my family out here. So we came back for an unofficial visit, saw the 12th man in action at the Missouri football game, a couple months later, and then I just absolutely loved it. Like, seeing the 12th man, supporting the football team, and then we went to a fall baseball game as well where there are 7,000 people, and I was expecting 200-300. Like, man, it was awesome, and just absolutely loved everything about the visits. Absolutely loved getting to know Coach early and the rest of the coaches, and man, I just knew this was the place for me.
So it felt like home immediately.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Obviously I'm biased because I'm an Aggie, but the 12th man and the camaraderie here, man, it just pulls you in. Even, and like when you talk to visiting teams too, when they come to Texas A&M, whether it's a football game, baseball game, basketball game, whatever it may be, they recognize it too. They feel it. And they're like, this place is special. The support here is just off the charts.
Yes,
yeah.
It is for sure. No, I couldn't be more thankful of everyone who's supported the program, supported me, supported the rest of my teammates. Like, it's been absolutely awesome. The people here are just the best. Just going to class every day and going out to eat later at night. Like, it's, oh my gosh, it's phenomenal how great of people we have here. And I just love being here and, being at Texas A&M. It's been great.
Well, that's great to hear. Now, your first day of practice, like being a part of this program, do you remember that day and what it felt like walking into that environment, being an official part of Aggie baseball?
Oh man, it was surreal. It was actually super cool. Like, I remember being nervous for sure. First day of practice and at Texas A&M, like, awesome baseball school in the SEC, and got all these guys surrounding me who are, the best at their high school, or they're doing their thing. They've built a reputation playing baseball in college, and it's like, man, I'm here. I'm here right now, and I'm practicing with these guys. But it made it so easy that we have such great leaders who actually were there for me and took me under their wing, and were always there. And if I needed to talk to them, like, even just the weeks prior, building relationships with the freshmen there as well, getting more comfortable, building relationships with the older guys, like, it was phenomenal. So stepping into the first day of practice, I wasn't as uncomfortable as I thought I was going to be because of how much support I had. So yeah, it was super cool, and it was surreal being there on the first day.
Aside, you mentioned that really just the core values of this university, obviously talking to Coach early, the 12th man, that was a big pull for you to come here. But aside from those things, was there anything else in terms of Aggie baseball, the program itself, and like, why did you feel like it was a good place for you to be in terms of progressing and growing in your baseball game?
Yeah, I just know that the development here, like, it's the absolute best. The support that we have throughout the entire baseball program is unreal, and so many people are there to support you and help you get better. And I can name so many people, but it would take me a long time to name all the people that have supported me and helps me get better and get real nitty gritty and down to actually grinding. Man, it's been super fun grinding it, getting better with these guys, and being able to continue to develop.
I'd like to ask our freshman student athletes to tell us about what's the biggest adjustment you've had to make going from high school level play to college baseball so far.
I think, to be honest, it's the same game. Baseball is the kids' game that I've been playing my whole life, and I love it, but the speed of the game is a little bit different in college. Obviously, these players are a lot better than high school. As I mentioned, like, these are all the guys who were the top players on their high school team, and now we're all competing against each other. But you let the game speed you up, then it's going to be tough. So you got to learn to slow the game down, take it one pitch at a time, take it one step at a time, one play at a time, and learn to breathe, learn to do your mental exercises, like slowing the game down and allowing yourself to just play and have a ton of fun. That'll allow you to have success. And I think, like I said, if you get sped up, it won't be a good thing. So
that's so interesting. Yeah. Do you have any pregame routines?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of pregame prayer for sure. I'm a man of God, and I think that playing the game, everything I do is to glorify the Lord and pregame prayer, pregame mental practices, just like breathing, breath work, looking at focal points and 5 senses, just everything like that, kind of get prepared for the game. I don't have a very strict routine that I do every single day, but yeah, I'm going to continue to do that and continue to be able to just relax, ease the tension before a game, and go out there and just have a ton of fun.
Your family being such a baseball-centric family,
Yes.
what's the best piece of advice they have given you in terms of approaching the game?
I love baseball. And at one point, I think that baseball kind of felt like my identity when I was younger. And I think I let that get to me too much. But then had a lot of talks with my family, and they told me that baseball is something that I do, right? It's not who I am. It's not my whole identity. I'm much bigger than just the baseball player. So going out there and knowing that this is something that I love to do and that I get to do, I'm blessed to do it. Like I can go out there and just be free of mind and have a ton of fun instead of putting so much pressure on myself that this baseball thing is my identity.
That's so powerful. Yeah. It's like the game is a platform, right? For you to obviously express the talents that you've been given.
For sure.
But then also, like, a lot of these athletes on the show have told us that, like, they see their sport as a way to impact others too. Are there any things you've gotten to do, special experiences or, events that you've been a part of because you're a baseball player, like community events or things that you've been able to do in terms of making an impact on others through this game?
I've been able to do a lot, actually. And I think that just being able to go out there and know that I'm not bigger than any person, or I'm not better than any person, knowing that I'm a baseball player, like I make sure that I know that everybody is truly equal and everybody is a child of God. And I've went to events where I've spoken to a lot of donors who are just down to earth, great people that I love to have conversations with. And it means so much to me that they're able to be there and talk to me, and I'm able to have a conversation with them after so much that they've done for our program, like events like that and events going out in the community and talking to little kids. And even when they just show up to our games and ask for autographs, like, man, I'm more than willing to take a little bit of time out of my pregame just to sign some balls, because I remember that I was in that position once and so excited to be at a college baseball game or a pro baseball game and just enjoying watching it.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. I mean, I think it's so neat how student athletes today, college athletics, how y'all get involved with the community, right? And especially at Texas A&M, I think there's so many opportunities, and our student athletes specifically do a great job of connecting to the fans and the community here. And just being grateful, showing support for those who support them.
Hey.
And that's many of our listeners who are listening to this episode right now.
Most definitely.
I've got to know, what are you most excited about for the upcoming Eric Foss Family Player Development Center that's being built?
Yes, I am pumped and super thankful that was able to be built, and for all the support that they've given us the opportunity for that facility to be built. I'm so excited that we're going to be able to be in an even better facility that we're in right now, and just continue to get better every day. And going to be a lot of great days in that facility of getting better and having a ton of fun.
Let's talk about Bluebell Park. What is your favorite tradition? And we have many at Bluebell Park, but if you had to pick one, what's your favorite tradition at Bluebell Park and why?
Hands down, the ball 5. Oh my gosh, that is so electric. Just if the batter before is walked on 4 pitches and I'm walking up there to the ball 5 chant, I get chills every time. Like, it's so cool. And maybe people will say that they don't hear it, but you hear it. You definitely hear it. And, Section 203 is doing their thing, getting rowdy up there. And yeah, the ball 5 chant is just unbelievable. And I think it's so cool when you see it in action. And it's got to be cool for our opponents too, seeing that and seeing what the 12th man could do. And it's been so cool seeing that happen.
I'm sure a lot of our opponents are just like wide eye, like,
yes.
Wow, this is next level,
Yeah, it's got to be hard for the pitcher.
For sure. Yeah, extremely. Yeah. Who do you think is the funniest guy on the team this year and why?
Oh my gosh, we have a lot of funny guys on the team, but I have to go with Jake Dewar. Jake Dewar is hilarious. There's been so many moments in the locker room where he's just making us all die laughing, and oh my gosh, he's a funny guy, but he's also a great leader. He's got that balance. He can go out there and give you just the best advice and then crack a joke that's absolutely hilarious. So.
That's a good blend to have
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
Who's a teammate that you personally really look up to?
I got a lot. I can name a lot, but first name that popped to my mind is Chris Akopian. He and I have developed a really close relationship, and he's been a great mentor in my faith, and he's been a great mentor in baseball as well. And it's been really cool getting to know him, and one of my best friends for sure. And he's been a great leader, been a great mentor, great person to look up to.
Mm-hmm. Being a student athlete at a place like Texas A&M, we both know comes with a lot of responsibility. So how do you balance both academics and baseball? And what resources here help you walk that balance well?
The transition from high school to college has been difficult for sure. The first semester, it was a lot different. The classes are a lot more, you got a lot more on your plate, but being able to take control of your time management is something that's extremely key. And then plus, on top of that, the resources that we have here at Texas A&M are unbelievable. I went to mentoring 2-3 times a week when I first got here throughout the entire fall, and just the absolute best people who could help you build your schedule, make sure that your tasks and your assignments are done on time. And then you have the opportunity to do tutoring, which I definitely took advantage of. And that was great too. It's people who truly want you to succeed and want to see you succeed. And it was difficult, but at the same time, it was very nice, and I wouldn't say easy, but it was better to have these resources and have these people on your side, so then you could get things done and do this stuff to the best of your ability.
Yeah, man, that's fantastic to hear. What's your major? What are you studying?
Business. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So Mays Business School it's not an easy task, right? And
Most
so
definitely.
why did you pick business?
So business is also something that is in my family. So my parents and my older brother and sister-in-law, they actually own a franchise. So a little bit of context, my older brother, Calgary, and my sister-in-law, Kaylee, they own a franchise in Carlsbad, California, and Del Mar, California, which is just outside of San Diego. And my parents have supported them, and they both co-own the place. And that's something that I would love to do in the future, be a franchise owner, be someone who manages people and helps people succeed to the best of their ability too. Like learning about business right now and learning from the Mays Business School has been super helpful. And I think that it's super applicable for when I'm done playing baseball. I could live out that dream and help out people and maybe even get in on the family business, which would be cool.
Yeah, that sounds so exciting.
Yeah.
For sure. And speaking of like the business side of things, college athletes today are faced in this NIL era with looking at their sport in a way, in a business. They have to have a business mindset, right? Today to successfully navigate this NIL era. How do you think being a student athlete in the NIL era has allowed you to look at things differently, or maybe even start thinking about the future early?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Like the opportunity that this NIL era has created is phenomenal. Like it allows student athletes to do things that maybe they couldn't do and maybe they weren't fortunate enough to do growing up, and being able to give back to the community, being able to support others that maybe they weren't able to support growing up. Like this era, I think, is absolutely amazing, and hands down, I think it's been a great benefits for a lot of student athletes, and super thankful to everyone at Texas A&M who has supported us and supported the student athletes and chasing their dreams and being able to give back for the greater good.
Now, a couple more questions for you before we wrap up today.
Okay.
I want to know, how do you respond when the going gets tough, whether it's a slump or like just a really hard thing you're walking through. Like, how do you respond and get through those tough times?
Obviously, baseball is a game of failure. You hear it all the time, but you fail 7 times out of 10 at the plate and you're a Hall of Famer in professional baseball. And I don't think any other sport is like that, to be honest. So you got to learn to accept failure. You got to have that so-called goldfish memory where it's just on to the next pitch. It's just on the next play. Like, you got to accept that mistakes happen, accept that errors happen, accept that things happen. And it's, in my opinion, it's all a part of the Lord's plan, and that can make me free of mind and allow me to just continue to play. And like I mentioned earlier, it's not baseball that is your whole identity. So if something goes wrong, you just got to keep on moving forward and make sure that you keep playing hard and do the best that you can.
Yeah. So critical not to like dwell and look back, right? Always look forward.
Yes.
When you step on the field today, what drives you and what's your why?
I think it's really my parents. My parents have been supporting me my entire life, and man, I love them so much, and they've done so much for me that if I could just give back a little bit to them, or just play for them and have them know that I'm playing for them. And I just can't be more thankful for everything that they've done for me, and they've worked so hard to allow me to be in this position today. So yeah, my family and my parents have done so much for me that I would love to give back to them and play for them every single day.
And what is their perspective of Texas A&M? Have they bought in? Are they bleeding maroon now? Yeah. Absolutely.
My dad actually drives the RV out pretty much for every weekend series he can. And my mom and, whoever else will be willing to come with him, because like I mentioned earlier, my younger brother plays baseball. So if my mom can't make it out, it'll be just my dad. But whenever they come out, like, they absolutely love it. They love seeing the 12th man do their thing, and they love just being in the atmosphere and seeing me play out there. So they are absolutely bought in, and they love this place so much, just like me.
That is just fantastic. You have made such an impact already as a freshman. When you reflect on that, like, wow, I am wearing the maroon and white, I'm representing Texas A&M, and you're making such a great impact on this program. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. Just like you said, it's all for the maroon and white. It's all for my teammates. It's all for my coaches, and it's all for the people who support us. Like, just going out there and playing the game to the best of my ability, playing hard every single day. It's give back to people who have done so much good in my life. Like, it's all for just going out there, giving everything I have, and at the end of the day, that'll make me feel good. Whatever happens will happen, and just trying to support my team, trying to support the rest of my teammates, and play well and just have a ton of fun.
Yeah. And what are the goals that you've set for yourself, both in baseball and in life? I know you mentioned earlier, like, maybe one day join the family business, but anything else?
Yeah. To be honest, it's not something super objective, but just continue to be the best person that I could be every single day. And whether that's just, smiling, talking to people, making new relationships with people, or bringing people up around me, like, just continue to try to be the best person that I could be every single day, give it my all, and make sure that I glorify the Lord through everything that I do, and, just have a ton of fun through it, continue to play baseball as hard as I can, and just support others.
And last question for you today, Boston. Why are you proud to be an Aggie?
I'm proud to be an Aggie for so many reasons, but just to put the maroon and white on every single day, and just know that the jersey never comes off, and just trying to be a great person and support others as much as I can, and just being in this community and being an Aggie, like, it's such a blessing for sure.
Boston Kellner on Answering the Call podcast. Thank you for your time today, Boston.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a blast.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Answering the Call. If you're enjoying this show, please rate and follow us on your podcast streaming platform of choice so you can be the first to know when a new episode drops. As always, a big thank you to our incredible podcast producer, Megan Rohde, to 12th Man Productions and Texas A&M Athletics NIL Department. We also extend our heartfelt gratitude to every donor and season ticket holder for always answering the call through loyal support of Texas A&M athletics and our student athletes. We will be back soon with some more content. Thanks and gig 'em.